In the last video, you turned your repository into a real website with GitHub Pages. But every deploy happened inside GitHub's built-in page builder out of your site. In this video, you take control with GitHub Actions. You write one small workflow file, and from then on, every push deploys your site automatically with logs, retries, and a status badge. And it is completely free. Let's get started.
Here is the secret. GitHub Actions is a continuous integration and delivery platform built into GitHub. It runs a workflow, a YAML file inside a folder called .github workflows on GitHub's own machines every time an event happens.
An event can be a push, a pull request, or even a schedule. The workflow is made of jobs. Each job has steps, and each step either runs a command or reuses a ready-made action.
For you today, the event is a push, and the job has 4 steps that build and deploy your site.
Why automate? In the last video, the deploy happened inside settings, and GitHub showed you only the final result. With Actions, the deploy becomes code.
You see every step run? You can retry a failure with one click. You can reuse the same workflow on any project, and you can add a status badge to your README. It is the exact workflow professional teams call CI and CD.
And on public repositories and for GitHub Pages, Actions is free.
The requirements are tiny. A GitHub account, which you already have. A public repository with a live Pages site from the last video. And one YAML file, which we will create in the browser. Nothing to install, nothing to pay. GitHub does the work.
The first step is to tell Pages that the website is now deployed by a workflow. Go to your repository and click Settings. In the sidebar, under Code and Automation, click Pages. Under Build and Deployment, under Source, select GitHub Actions. GitHub will now suggest workflow templates.
That is where we are going next.
Now open the Actions tab. Since no workflow exists yet, GitHub shows you the workflow gallery. Click New Workflow. In the gallery, find the template called Static HTML. This is the official template for deploying a static site to Pages. Click Configure, and the workflow editor opens.
GitHub has already created the file, named static.yml, inside the .github workflows folder. All we need to do is understand it and commit it.
Here's the workflow file, and it is smaller than it looks. Name gives the workflow a title. The on block defines the trigger. Push on the main branch, plus workflow dispatch, which adds a manual run workflow button.
The permissions block gives the automatic token exactly what it needs. Read access to your files and permission to write to Pages. Concurrency makes sure only one deployment runs at a time. Then comes the job, named Deploy.
It runs on the latest Ubuntu runner, and it uses the GitHub Pages environment. The job has 4 steps. Checkout downloads your repository. Setup Pages configures the build. Upload artifact packages your files, and deploy to GitHub Pages. Publishes them to your live site.
2 spaces per level of indentation, and no tabs. That is the whole workflow.
Time to start it. Click Commit Changes. In the dialog, choose Commit directly to the main branch, and click Commit Changes again. Committing the workflow file is a push, and a push to main triggers the workflow. It is already running.
Open the Actions tab, and there it is. The workflow is listed as Deploy Static Content to Pages. The run starts as queued, turns yellow while it is in progress, and becomes green when it succeeds. Click the run to open the detail page.
In the left sidebar, under Jobs, click Deploy. The log shows every step. Expand any step to see its details. Watch the 4 steps. Checkout, Setup Pages, Upload Artifact, and Deploy to GitHub Pages. When the last step finishes, your site is deployed.
Nothing changed for your visitors. Open the same URL from the last video, username.github.io/your repository. The site is live, but now it was deployed by your workflow. You can see the history under Environments in the GitHub Pages environment. The final touch is a status badge. Go back to the Actions tab, open the workflow, Click the drop-down next to Filter Workflow Runs and choose Create Status Badge. Copy the markdown and paste it into your README. Now your repository shows a live badge, green when everything passes.
If something goes wrong, it is almost always one of these four things. Number 1, invalid workflow file. A YAML mistake, like a tab instead of spaces. Fix the indentation and commit again. Number 2, resource not accessible by integration. The workflow is missing permissions.
Add the permissions block, or enable read and write permissions under Settings, Actions, General, and rerun the job. Number 3, the workflow never runs after a push. Usually the push happened before the workflow existed, or the branch name is wrong.
Make a new commit, or click Run Workflow to test manually. Number 4, a red badge. The badge is just telling you the last run failed. Open the run, read the failing step, fix it, and rerun. All of these are visible in the Actions tab.
Here is the whole loop. Push to main. The workflow runs its 4 steps. Your site goes live, and the badge turns green. You just learned the exact automation that powers professional CI and CD. Like, subscribe, and comment, and catch the previous videos, part 1 through extension 3.
Happy coding.